You are on Adapt by Z conference and you are in a blockchain booth. And currently, well, after the keynotes, which you probably saw or probably missed, we are going to speak about our community. We are going to speak about the way we have done for last year. We actually started the community about a year ago, and I'm Sasha Pitkevich. I'm blockchain professionals community lead. I'm also leading blockchain content, like context of this talk. That's much more important that I've been leading this community from the very beginning. The community was organized and we were shaping that to combine people who are doing researches, who are doing development, or who think that they are blockchain professionals and they want to grow in this space. We are trying to combine our research efforts. We are trying to focus because you probably know the technology is huge, and also the speed of evolution of this technology is enormous. And it's very difficult to stay on top of that while you're alone. That's why we've created this community. That's why it's not internal EPAM community. That's what we are welcoming everybody. And we are doing a lot of educational activities and a lot of research activities together, trying to achieve the mutual benefits and trying to combine the efforts of the passionate people to create something bigger together. And we started in December a year ago and started with the 5 members and with the clear idea what we would like to achieve. We scheduled the offline kickoff in Kiev, and I flew to Kiev, and here we did a relatively big event where we were presenting ideas, presenting the topic itself, teaching people what blockchain and what DLT is, also doing practical exercises, thanks to Ilya Gavsievich, who did a lot for the community, and he was at the very beginning creating the sandboxes for us, overlooking all our technology activities for us. And Ilya is from the Blockchain Competence Center of EPAM, and his competence was really valuable for all of us. And then we started in February mentoring program. And that's the, for now, internal EPAM initiative where we are we're welcoming people who want to study on the blockchain field. And depending on their study, they are joining the different tracks, different runs of the mentoring program. And together with the mentor, they started to explore the topic. We do have a lot of learning maps for people, and that's a self-paced course. And also they're doing research or assessment, and that's depending on their run, depending on their skills. We always are very careful to people, and we are always trying to choose the research topic or assessment topic together with mentee to make sure that it's really interesting to the person. And also on spring 2020, we ran a hackathon in APAC region. I've been in Shenzhen, Georgia in the hackathon, and we've been seeing for a lot of very interesting projects, solutions, which our young guys were presenting on this hackathon. And at the same time, we started to work on 2 assets, which are now in our portfolio. We started to think about the blockchain testing, and we started to work on a discovery for blockchain. That was not a pure start. At that moment, both of our assets were at a certain shape, but we brought that as a community to the professional, like totally new level. And on May, there was one of the big events for us. We moved to the Community Z platform. We already moved to the platform be in a community, having a certain amount of the working members, active members, but community platform gave us the real boost. Uh, we started with the brown bag sessions, and that was the great idea. Nowadays, we were thinking that we will start once a month. Very quickly, we realized that we have enough content, we have enough participants, and currently we are stably doing twice a month brown bag sessions. And those are 2 hours presentation and talking sessions where we have discussions. In many cases, we have demonstrations where everybody is free to join. All our sessions are opened to the public. And well, in some cases, we have vendor sessions. We had Microsoft come into our session. This month, we still looking forward to Sigma Ledger come to our session and present a solution. We have great vendors planned for January, February, and March of the next year. And also during the summer, we participated in BAZ Day, in QAZ Day, in Mobiles Day. We started to actively step out of the community itself and present on the external events. And where we are today, we are like our members are amongst the people delivering 5 quite big projects based on the blockchain technology. We do have 5, and that's coincidence that the numbers are the same, 5 internal assets at the level of the maturity. We can use them at real projects, and they're appreciated by the projects. We already got quite some of the feedback of our projects where they love our assets. We have well, that's here says on the presentation 30 people chargeable. You will see later on that it's much more, that at least 60. And more than 100 people went through our mentoring program. We have 14 brown bag sessions recorded and available for you on our community site. And the most important, we do have the great future. We do have budgets confirmed for the next year. We do have approved and a confirmed blockchain Z Day planned for June 2021. We are going to have a week of the condensed blockchain content in June. We are going to have tens of vendors coming to our event and presenting. We are trying to agree with the key technology people, like people from Ethereum Foundation, people from a Hyperledger, chief architects of Corda coming to our Z Day and present. And on top of that, we facilitated 3 road shows in Kiev, London, and APAC. We delivered more than 50 client pitches, and yeah, I already said about the projects. And the most important, that our understanding of the community significantly evolved during this year. At the beginning of year, like the most of you who were at community from the very beginning remembers this famous circle met quadrants picture, where we've been explaining how all aspects, like how all people involved in the delivery benefit from knowing blockchain, because our main belief is blockchain can be your profession, but at the same time, you stay where you are. Means if you're a consultant, you cannot know only blockchain. If you're a technology specialist, if you're a developer, if you're a QA engineer, if you're an infrastructure engineer, it would be stupid to know only blockchain. Decentralization is the aspect. If you're like, it's much nicer to be a backend developer, being able to deliver centralized and decentralized solutions, being a QA specialist, QA engineer, or test automation engineer who can deliver QA services for the centralized and for decentralized solutions. We're teaching architects to understand the difference, to understand the concepts, and to be able to deliver both, which means that we do not want dedicated people doing only blockchain. No, we want everybody who is involved in the delivery services, and also in any type of the services. Consultancy is also a service, right? We want people to be able to do decentralization. And we believe that it's basically our clients and companies and people who consume our services, they deserve that. They deserve the option of decentralization to be offered to them. And as it's normally happens, if you only know one side, like centralized or decentralized, you would always push for this side. You would naturally do so. And that's why we want people who know both. So they won't have this narrow path, only this. No, we want people to understand the differences and to be able to select the proper technology when it's necessary. It's not like selling or proposing blockchain for the sake of blockchain. No, we're teaching our people to say no where there is no value. And from that, we move to the real understanding what community is. What is our purpose? Identity, what are our values? We started developing our brand. Again, for the people who were with us, you've probably seen that we have now backgrounds, we have logos, we slowly developing not only our identity, but also the presentation layer for this identity. And for the next year, and I will speak about the plans for the next year, we are speaking about more and more going out, like beyond the limits of one company. We are really trying to combine participants from all organizations. And we are really welcoming you, even if you're outside of the EPAM, to join our community and to work with us. We believe that it's a win-win situation. We are sharing our knowledge, we are consuming your knowledge, and we all benefit. So, as I already said, we've been delivering or still delivering, that depends on the project, 5 projects. And I really would like to say thank you for all people who are involved in this delivery. What Finality is our biggest project. We cannot put all the names here readable, but you see that it's about 30 people, I think only here, like 20 people delivering Finality, and that's interbank settlement tokenization. And we are doing a great job there. We are already about a year delivering this project, and we are going to continue. We're also delivering cryptocurrency wallet, where 10 people on our side are involved. And we have developers, we have QA engineers, we have business analysts, and guys, we are proud of you. And we're really proud that we can deliver actually high-end multi-currency blockchain, like crypto wallet to our clients. And yeah, they had the soft launch, and currently the project is like going beyond that and looking to the roadmap and to the future. We've also been delivering the open source protocol. I've been mentioning that in the keynotes, but for the people who didn't join that, we've been delivering the Java stack for OpenWasp. I do have the separate speech on that coming Friday on open source booth. But basically, in a simple words, we've been developing the protocol and Java version of this protocol for public Ethereum network to allow traditional financial services organizations to do operations on a public Ethereum network. The constraints there are that the majority of the standard and like financial organizations, they're required to do they're required to complain with the anti-money regulations of the country. And that normally means that you cannot do any money transactions anonymously. You have to know with whom you're transacting, and you have to to check that the person with whom you're transacting or yourself are not on a specific list or something. And looking to the bare public networks like Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's not really possible. In many cases, you simply don't know who is on the other side and how the money is used. Definitely not. What we've been developing, and we also in a protocol committee, we've also been deciding on architecture of the protocol, is to allow to transfer together with the transaction in parallel. It's not embedded in the transaction data. Let's transfer in parallel the information about the participants which are exchanging funds and about the organizations, VASPs, virtual asset service providers who are participating in exchange, the information about who is who. And that's not exposed for the whole network. No, only transaction and parties and only the financial institutions involved in the transactions can get this data. And that's like, so that doesn't compromise the complete anonymity. But for those who really need to know, it's possible to know. And yeah, you're free to use the protocol. That's open sourced, that's developed. The version 1 is on GitHub accessible. And well, many thanks for everybody who was involved in this solution. Ongoing projects where we are doing the consulting services for the big organization, where we are delivering agile transformation and where we are coaching the product owners. The majority of the work is still in the future. I'm looking forward to be part of that, and we have a great guys and a great team to make it a success. Thank you, guys. And another one, and that's the internal projects, but that's amazing asset we have developed together as a community is use case portfolio. We developed the engine which allows us to demonstrate nicely the the huge storage of the use cases per industry we have. That allows browse, search, you can deep into the use case, you can select use cases, you can combine them where you need the use cases from the different areas. Many thanks for the guys developing that. Many thanks for guys driving that and supporting the technology side. And that's the nice bridge to speak about our assets. We are proud creators of the 5 great assets which are currently being used by some projects. As I already mentioned, we have use case portfolio where you can browse per industry, sub-industry, sometimes per technology topic, the use cases, and you can see what are the main thinking in terms of the use cases in an area. It can boost design thinking exercise. It can boost workshop with the clients. It can help the account when they have questions. It can help the sales personnel to identify. We also have framed a delivery methodology. Blockchain projects, while it's a solution being delivered for multiple parties and in many cases being developed by multiple legal entities, it has it implies the certain specific in the delivery mechanisms. It also, in some cases, allows different versions of the code in the same network. And the business stream in the delivery methodology, I think the importance of the business stream and delivery methodology cannot be underestimated. The crypto economy aspects, the governance aspects, they need to be designed and developed the same way as the code. They are not necessarily on chain, but they have to be designed and they have to be developed on a business level. Also, look into the scope of work and demand of the clients. We have developed a book of work. That's the methodology for blockchain discovery. Historically, a lot of blockchain opportunities starts with the request of the client, what can I do interesting in the blockchain field? I want a blockchain solution. And while it sounds a little bit silly of starting with the tool and not of the problem, we now know well how to turn this question to something valuable and practical. We can structurize this approach and to explain for the asking party how to find the value, how to identify which blockchain use case is most applicable, how to evaluate the use case if it's really good or if it's not good, and how to estimate and plan. And that gives the client the possibility to create a whole package with the idea, value justification, planning, and effort estimation. to basically request the funding from their stockholders. We do have a great testing framework. We have started from the QA methodology, but then we proceeded with the tool combination and the tool setup. And we started with the Ethereum, and we've been testing OpenWasp using that framework. And currently we're extending that for Hyperledger, and we are planning to extend it for Corda. And last but not least, we have reference architecture. That's still ongoing work. There's still like the endless possibilities to extend our reference architecture framework. But it already gives a lot of good structure for the architects. And we are not dictating how the architecture of the project should be. It would be too ambitious and it would never fit all the need of all the clients. But we are telling architects the scope of thinking, the way of thinking, the structure of thinking, and they're free to select what is relevant for them and what is not. And still, it tells you that you probably forget about something. It tells you about the possible variants or possible patterns you can use, about the components, about the requirements. Well, it's really useful, and we definitely looking forward to develop it further. As I already said, people is our main asset. We went through 5 mentoring program runs, and every run is 20 or even more people. We gave 3 road shows. We are regularly delivering brown bag sessions. We still have 1 session to go in December. We have 2 in January, 2 in February are already planned. We are thinking now how to make the more frequent brown bag sessions and how to find time for that, because every session is 2 hours to consume, like we're already consuming 4 hours per month. If it's wise or not, come to our community training discussion session this week and tell us what is an option for you, what are you looking for. We gave multiple bootcamps for delivery leaders and sales professionals so they can help us more and they understand when they're facing the situation of delivering the centralized solutions. We had vendor sessions, and we're actively working with the vendors on collaboration. We are partnering with Microsoft, with IBM, with Corda. We are discussing, and it's not a frame partnership where we are not talking. No, we are talking regularly, and we are trying to work together. We are trying to preview the versions, see the architectures, see the main problems. So it's really dialogue. We do have 2 nice badges. Some people achieve the status of blockchain conversant or blockchain technician, and that's normally upon mentoring program completion. But we are also looking forward for the extending that towards the blockchain architects, blockchain QA, and that's obviously for the next year. And now, last 4 minutes, speaking about our future. And we are trying to structurize our future on 4 pillars. Business. We're obviously looking for the growth revenue, and we are trying to focus on the core development. Look into the market situation, looking where the enterprise world now and where the all innovation money now, thanks to COVID. We are thinking that we can change the approach towards core blockchain development. We can bring a value to a lot of blockchain projects. We have ambitions to probably supply for the Ethereum build. We obviously need to grow and to need to learn, but our ambitions are to deliver the core blockchain technologies in this world. We definitely want to grow this. Technology, we would like to mature our tool set. And the focus next year would be, at least how we see that now, in full DevOps for our main stacks of the delivery. We are trying to professionalize our offer to people, to our people. We are trying to go beyond our internal trainings, and we want to open the public training center. And we also would like the accreditation of the world recognized blockchain educators. We targeting that, and we are actively working on this. Come to our again, training session. I think it's on Wednesday. And we are going to speak about that. We are going to speak about the plans. And obviously, marketing. We would like to put our brand among the top brands delivering blockchain. We are already recognized by Gartner, and they are already saying that we definitely changing the approach and changing the blockchain space, and we are mentioned in the Gartner report. But we would like to grow even beyond that, and especially we would like to be known in core development. And that's basically it for today. And that's our outlook of the community. And we have hell of the community initiatives and community activities during this week. For people who are already a part of our community, we're asking you to be active, to join these sessions, to help us to define the future. We have community management talk where we are going to design the blockchain solution for ourselves. In the next year, we are going to build that and to introduce the tokenization of the value members bring into the community. Come to our training talk. Come to our assets and accelerators voting talk, which will happen on Friday. We are going to discuss what assets we would like to develop. Participate in our competitions, mascot, one word, quiz. Have fun with us. Join us. Stay with us. Work with us and have fun. Thank you. Thank you for your time. See you on our presentations today and the whole week. Bye-bye.